Hello everyone, welcome to Building Tools Tutorials. In this video, we are going to explore mesh tools, guidelines to use it, its limitations and how to work around them. So let's get started. In the Building Tools tab, you see two panels, Mesh Tools and Material Tools. And you guessed it right. Mesh Tools manipulates mesh and Material Tools manipulate material. But you don't see anything in Material Tools panel. That's because this panel is visible only when a building is selected. Anyways, we are going to deal with Material Tools in the next video. In Building Tools, every building is an object, which starts with a floor plan. That's why in object mode only one operator is available. So let's get started by creating a floor plan. Once you enter edit mode, all the other operators are now visible. Let's add a floor. And from here on, the complete workflow is very intuitive. Just select a face and add an operator. You can explore all these various operators and their properties by yourself. One thing to mention here is that properties persist across operator calls. What do I mean by that? Let's say you add a window to a face, you change the properties and you like the way it looks. Now you want to replicate this window to another face. When you add a window to another face, those properties reappear. That's because properties persisted. This behavior is particularly useful when you need repetitive components. By now, you should have enough knowledge to create your own buildings. But there are some guidelines to get the most out of this add-on. The most important one being to use operators in order from top to bottom. The operators are divided into three groups. The first group contains operators which define structure of the building, like floor map and number of floors. The second group contains non-destructive operators, like adding a balcony and adding a stair. The third one contains destructive operators, like adding a window or adding a door. These operators destroy the original geometry by creating a hole in it. So, using these operators in this order, you can expect to get a cleaner geometry. Although Building Tools is capable of modeling a building from start to the end, but it allows you to use Building Tools just when you want it. Like you can create your own floor maps and then use Building Tools over it. You can also manipulate the geometry at any point of time and still use Building Tools over it. This gives artists a lot of freedom to manipulate geometry, to use it just when you want it. And this makes it progressively adaptable. Needless to say, this freedom comes at a cost. You might find yourself with geometry which is not compatible with Building Tools. To overcome such issues, it is better to understand the compatibility of Building Tools. Building Tools is compatible with any flat grounded faces or any upright rectangles. Let's check out these two with an example. However complex be the grounded faces, Building Tools is compatible on it. You can add faces, you can add roof. But when we talk about upright rectangles, this might be a little tricky. You might expect this rectangle to be compatible, but when you go and add a door, it is not. The reason behind it is it has a fifth vertex on the top edge. So technically it is not a rectangle. You can easily solve this issue by dissolving the top edge. Now you see this face is completely compatible with Building Tools. So you see Building Tools is very flexible, but it has its own constraints. You need to find workarounds, be creative and get awesome things done with this tool. In the next video, we will have a look at material tools. Thanks for watching this video. Stay home, stay safe. Bye.